Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News, Saturday morning starts right now.
Good morning. Welcome to your Saturday morning. The weekend finally here. Time right now is coming up on 8 o'clock as we take a live look outside there. The lakefront is probably going to be just a place you want to be if you have a boat. Of course, you got to keep it moving along the lakefront because the beaches do remain closed in Chicago. But you know, that hot, humid weather is on the way. I'm Stacey Baca.
And I'm Mark Rivera. A very good morning to you. Let's head over to meteorologist Greg Dutra for a look at that forecast this morning. Hey, Greg. Right now, Hurricane Hannah is headed toward Texas. Hannah intensified to a Category 1 storm this morning. The biggest danger right now is along the Texas coast with heavy rain and flooding. We're going to have more on this situation later in the hour.
COVID-19 restrictions have returned to Chicago in an effort to help stop the spread of the virus, especially among young residents. The change is impacting restaurants, bars, gyms as well. And all of this happening as baseball fans celebrate the start of the 2020 season while social distancing. And Jesse Kirsch is live just outside of Wrigley Field, where the Cubs are going to be playing this afternoon. Jesse?
Good morning, Stacey. The Cubs will be playing the Brewers inside the friendly confines, but fans will not be in the seats to watch it firsthand. They also will have a tougher time getting into bars and restaurants with tighter restrictions, meaning you won't see those usual iconic crowds outside of the Wrigley Field marquee this afternoon. Newly retightened COVID-19 restrictions coming to Chicago make it so that bars will not be allowed to serve bars that do not serve food will only be able to seat people outside. Restaurants will continue with their modified indoor service, and both types of establishments will now have to cap groups at 6 people to a table instead of 10. With a lot less energy in the air, Wrigleyville and the Bridgeport streets around Guaranteed Rate Field both looking different this year. But some business owners telling us they're still hoping for a baseball bump this summer, and fans are still turning out to the areas to enjoy America's pastime.
I've been to opening game in snow, in rain, sleet. Typically, it's a winter coat, so it's a joy to be out here end of July.
But as the number of new COVID-19 infections trickles upward in the wrong direction, more restrictions being reimposed by the city. Indoor workout classes are now capped at 10 people. Personal services that require taking off your face covering, like getting a facial, those are now prohibited. The city also asking residential property managers to limit tenants' visitors to 5 people. That's another measure meant to increase social distancing, prevent further spread of COVID-19, and that is why you will not see people going inside Wrigley Field or Guaranteed Rate Field to watch these baseball games this afternoon. You're just going to have to watch it on television, but either way, baseball is back in Chicago. Live from Wrigley Field this morning, Jesse Kirsch, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Jesse, thank you. So the numbers in Illinois remain high with more than 1,500 new COVID-19 infections reported yesterday. The state also reported 19 more deaths, with the positivity rate still at 3.4%. There's also concern, though, in Indiana, where the number of new cases topped 1,000 for the first time since the start of the pandemic. The state also reported 4 more deaths.
A 21-year-old man is recovering after being shot in the neck while riding on a party bus. It happened just after midnight in the 1500 block of West 56th Street. That's in the Englewood neighborhood. Chicago police say a white sedan pulled alongside the bus and fired shots inside. The victim was grazed in the neck but is expected to be okay. No one is in custody. And we're updating you on breaking news. We've learned the first charges in Operation Legend were filed in Chicago. The federal initiative to help fight crime launched earlier this week, and now we're getting a look at the weapons recovered during the arrests that were made. 3 Chicago area men are now in federal custody, charged with illegal possession of guns or ammunition.
Reaction continues to come in over Mayor Lightfoot's controversial decision to remove 2 statues of Christopher Columbus. So early yesterday morning, city crews removed the statue from Grant Park and a smaller one as well from a park in Little Italy. The statues had become a flashpoint for protesters who believe Columbus participated in genocide of indigenous people. And the mayor now saying the removal of those statues is temporary.
This city has a habit of putting bandages over very large wounds, and taking this statue down was a bandage that she didn't even leave on for 24 hours.
Well, last week, CPD officers clashed with protesters who tried to take down the Grant Park statue. Some aldermen are not happy that they were excluded from the decision to remove it.
You don't just go in the middle of the night and tear down a statue and celebrate this socialist cancel culture.
Christopher Columbus is no hero, and he should not be celebrated in our public squares.
So some of Chicago's Italian-American communities consider the removal of the statues as well as a slap in the face.
Family and friends are remembering a 21-year-old man shot and killed in Brighton Park in April. They held a memorial yesterday for Claudio Cossio. His family says he didn't have any gang affiliations, and they are demanding justice. The brother of George Floyd is calling for an end to violence here in Chicago. Poe Floyd was on the city's west side yesterday for a Let Our Kids Live rally. The Texas native asked people to remember his brother while addressing the recent number of children dying to Chicago violence.
These are our kings and queens. We don't need them killing we have them killing the kids before they get a chance to live.
Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle was also at the event, pledging a $5 million community investment to fight the violence.
Well, happening today, dozens of volunteers are expected to participate in the Chicago Park District's Pitch In for the Parks event. It is a new season-long effort to clean up city parks. Volunteers will meet this morning right at the South Branch Park in Pilsen and Skinner Park in the West Loop. The cleanup begins at 9 o'clock this morning. More than 1,000 volunteers have stepped up to adopt a park this summer.
That's pretty great. Today, families on Chicago's west side can pick up free play packs. Cubs Charities, Nike, and others donated fitness and recreation items to help help them keep active and healthy. The Chicago Park District and the group My Block, My Hood, My City will give those play packs away today at noon at the Golden Dome Fieldhouse over in Garfield Park. Coming up next, double trouble. Two powerful storms taking aim at the U.S., and we're tracking both of them this morning.
And then the details, President Trump's new executive order that could lower the cost of your medication.
And later, the lakefront trail damaged by erosion, now back open. We're going to show you where.